I love that clip. Don't you just love it? Every time I see it, I just have to watch it. I can't stop watching it. I showed it for a few reasons. One, this is going to sound kind of corny, but we are all connected here. Two, everything in life requires some effort. And three, a good pyramid is built from the ground up. Hi, I'm Jeffrey A. Bettman, and I help tired, overwhelmed, stressed out people regain control of their lives for more fun, happiness, and ultimately more inner calm. Have you ever had these challenges that you feel like you're just treading water? You have a never-ending to-do list. Every time you cross one item out, three items are added. Have you ever been stressed to the point of physical symptoms? Ever woke up anxious in the middle of the night? I have. Do you have no ability to relax? You go on vacation and you can't relax? When was the last time you had fun? When was the last time you felt really, really calm inside? I've had these same issues. I was struggled to the point of I was so overworked at a job I had like maybe 8 years ago. I was stressed out to the point of exhaustion. I was so stressed out, I had to see my personal physician probably once a month. I ended up having to take a head CT scan because I thought there was something wrong with my brain. And really, it was just stress headaches that I was getting because of overworking. I'd wake up in the middle of the night, stressed out. I couldn't relax. I had this gut feeling all day long of just sort of almost like this impending doom. And I had a hard time shaking it. It really, really was difficult. So here's what I did. I went crazy in terms of trying to find a solution to my problem. I attended every self-help or motivational seminar that I could find in my area. And I'm telling you, I mean every single one of them. After a while, they all started sounding the same to me. I ordered no less than probably 40 or 50 self-help programs that came on tape or CD or DVD and tried to get help from those. The whole answer was not in there, but some of the answers were in there. I heard mentors. I heard over the course of time probably 3 or 4 or 5 different coaches in different areas of my life to try and figure out what was going on and try and figure out a way to help myself. This was not a short period of time. This went on for years where I was trying to find a solution to my problem. I was talking to everybody I could talk to that might help me. I was reading, I was listening, I was going to seminars, I was listening to my coaches, really trying to find the answer to my problem. I finally hit upon it. Eventually I sifted out the best from the programs and materials that I had. I listened and learned from my coaches. I applied some basic principles to my life, but not crazy, in a crazy kind of way. And my results are better than they have ever been. Now, I'm not perfect, but probably 90% of my stress is gone. My to-do list is manageable. I don't have a list that just unfolds and unfolds and unfolds. I rarely get stressed out these days. I rarely get overwhelmed. Time for fun and relaxation. Ultimately, inside, I have this feeling of calmness, which is hard to describe until you have it. Once you have it, you don't want to let it go. You know what it feels like. You know it feels great to be calm inside, and you strive for that feeling. As a coach, I work in partnership with my clients. Ultimately, I help them head in the same direction so that they have more inner calm. That's really what the ultimate goal is in terms of how I work with people. In the old world, and whenever that may be, I don't know, years back, it really was a disconnected world where information, knowledge was sought and gotten almost by hand. You almost had to manually go out and get the information. And there was this myth running around, which still runs around today, that information is power, but really it's not the case. It's applied information that's power. I could have 1,000,000 books on my bookshelf, just to exaggerate a little bit. If I don't use any of those books, if I don't apply anything from those books, what's the point? I might as well just burn them or give them away. Then there's also a myth that the life you want is easy to obtain, and that's yes and no. Yeah, it does require thought, planning, and effort. It will just not come to you, just like that. If you wish for it, like in the law of attraction or The Secret, if you just wish for it, it does not happen. You've got to actually put some effort. This new world we live in, we're all connected. It doesn't matter where you live on the planet, we're connected. That's, at least for most people, are connected. Most people have access to knowledge. Most people have access to their solution to their problem. It's out there. You just have to find it. It's there. Trust me. Well, I've got a solution for you. I've got a way to improve your life. It's not the only way, but I happen to think it's a good way, and it works for me, and it's worked for many clients that I work with. So I know this works. And I've borrowed, just as a disclaimer, I've borrowed liberally from Abraham Maslow, and Tony Robbins. But this is my take. This is my way of helping people, my way of helping myself. So here's where we get back into the pyramid. And the ultimate goal is inner calmness. You want to have calm confidence. You want to have this inner peace and calm that you know you can handle any situation that comes up. Now, it would be nice if it just instantly happened, but for most people, it doesn't work that way. Most people don't wake up one day with just this inner peace and calm. It takes some effort and some work. So let me go through this just to give you a taste of what I'm talking about. Again, remember the ultimate goal is this calmness at the pinnacle, at the peak of this pyramid. At first, most of us are just in this survival mode. And the question that you ask yourself is, am I surviving? And this is where your physical needs come in, the basic food, shelter, water, clothing issues. If you don't have these, forget the rest of this. Once you have those set, we go into mindset and emotions. How is your mindset? Do you manage your emotions, or do they manage you? What's your attitude like? What's your self-concept like? Do you wake up with gratitude every day? This is a great way to start your day, by the way. It's something I do and something I recommend my clients do. But every day I wake up, even if you're totally rushed and you have a few minutes, if you wake up with gratitude, it changes, it can potentially changes your entire day. How's your health? This is the next foundational aspect of the pyramid, the hierarchy of calm, as I call it. Are you healthy? Do you have energy? How's your vitality? How's your functional fitness? In other words, can you go out and toss a ball if you want? Can you run around the block if you want without getting winded? How is your diet? What are you eating? Are you putting junk into your body, into your machine? Or are you actually eating in a way that is healthy for you? And you know the difference. Don't tell me you don't. I know it, you know it, and most people I know and work with know it. What's your purpose? If you don't have a purpose, and we can go into this in a deep way later, but if you don't have a purpose, you sort of wake up every day going, what's the point? Too many people I work with work in cubicles, and they're almost like robots, where they go to work, they do their work, they get yelled at by their boss, they get stressed out, they come home, they do chores around the house, they go to bed and do it all over again. So what is your purpose? What's your point in life? Who are you serving? Once you've got that figured out, then you can start moving into time management and organization. Here we talk about clutter. Here we talk about time, which is so critical. And I know this is a cliche, but we all have the same amount of time every day, and it's a matter of how you use it. Now, my question to you is, do you value your time? Do you protect your time? Do you waste it away on crap on TV or whatever else you may watch? Or are you productive? Are you organized in the way you use your time? Are you being efficient and effective? And there's actually a difference. So are you using your time both effectively and efficiently? Where is your focus? That's the big question. Once you've got that figured out, we move up into relationships. And this is really all about connection and connection. Studies and a lot of research coming out lately on happiness and long life have to do with how connected people are. The more connected people are, the longer they tend to live. Now, that's not just the only cause of living longer, but connections are critical. So it sort of boils down to a basic question: is do you love and do you get love from other people? Or, to put it a different way, do you belong? Now, once you've got that figured out and mastered to a fair degree, we get into finances. Are you a good steward of your money? Do you waste money? Are you in debt? Do you have money in the bank? Most people in this, and at least in the U.S., are in debt. Most people have $10,000 to $15,000 in credit card debt. They spend like they earn twice as much as they make. It really is kind of crazy. Credit cards, in my opinion, have made it much easier for people to spend money that they don't have. If credit cards were suddenly erased from the planet, I think it would be a different economy for everybody because you'd have to actually pay for stuff with the actual money that you earned. You have to actually pay cash. So the other areas here are: does your wealth steadily increase year to year? And do you contribute? Do you tithe? So if you look at this entire pyramid, when you get all the foundational aspects in place, then you're going to have inner calm, then you're going to have inner peace. Now, before we go, here's some common mistakes that I've made. Trust me, I've made all these mistakes and a lot more, and that clients I work with make these mistakes. But one mistake is to say yes to everybody and everything. You can't do it. It's really just impossible. Everyone is so busy and there's so much going on these days that when you say yes to everybody, you end up just totally stressed out, totally overwhelmed, totally exhausted, and with no time for yourself or your family. Mistake number two is lack of persistence. Too many people give up too soon. It's that old cliche of running a marathon and quitting at the 25th mile. Is that people put in effort, they really try and make a change in their life, and they give up way too soon to actually see results. The last big mistake I see with people is inconsistency. Is everyone's busy, I'm busy, you're busy, but the issue is how, despite being busy, the issue is, can you be consistent? So if, for example, you are taking care of your body, do you move your body every day? I don't mean when you feel like it. I don't mean when you have time. I mean, do you move your body every day? That's being consistent. And it's being consistent when you don't feel like being consistent. I was with someone today and she talked about exercise. She knows she has to do it. She's got some medical issues. She's got the equipment in her basement. There's no reason not to do it. And what she told me was she just doesn't feel like it. She knows she should do it. She knows intellectually she should do it. She should do it, but physically she doesn't do it. That is not being consistent. Not at all. So I know I've gone over a lot and I don't want to overwhelm you. I just want to take you on the very next step. Just to get a little bit more information, the very next thing you should do is, this is going to be corny, but sprint over to crushfearnow.com. That's that's my website. And when you get there, this is what you're going to see. So there's no big sales pitch here. If you go over here at this point, there's a free 60-minute audio, and it's good. It talks more about this and some other topics that I know will be of benefit to you. If there's any way I can be of service, any way I can be of help to you, anything I can do for you, feel free to email me at info@thepowerofcalm.com.